Spaceballs, 1987. 25 weird facts you didn't know. We totally made some of them up, because why the hell not? Let's get straight into it. Number 1, the spaceship model was 17 feet long. The opening shot features a ridiculously long spaceship that parodies the iconic Star Wars intro. But that ship, it was a real 17-foot long model, built by Grant McCune, the same guy who helped design models for the original Star Wars. It was so big, it had to be moved inch by inch using dollies and cables, and some crew members joked that it took longer to shoot than the actual scene. Brooks even joked that it was the only spaceship in movie history that needed its own catering truck and parking permit. 2. Lucas approved the script with one catch. Mel Brooks actually sent the script to George Lucas for approval before making the film. Lucas was cool with it, on one strict condition: no official Spaceballs merchandise. Brooks agreed, and that's why the film leans so hard into the joke about merchandising. Spaceballs, the lunchbox, hilarious. Spaceballs, the flamethrower, iconic. 3. Rick Moranis improvised the doll scene while sick. The scene where Dark Helmet plays with his dolls? Completely improvised. Rick Moranis came down with a fever that day, but he powered through and started ad-libbing. Brooks loved it so much, they kept it all. Your helmet is so big. It was all Moranis. Number 4, Michael Winslow made all the sound effects live. Michael Winslow, the human soundboard from Police Academy, did all the beeps, sweeps, and creeps live on set. No sound effects were added in post. He created all those zany noises in real time, saving the film thousands in post-production. He even voiced multiple different tech panels in a single take. At one point, a sound guy actually packed up thinking his job was done, because Winslow had already done it all. 5. John Candy had 30 pounds of electronics strapped to his back. John Candy played Barf with a 30-pound battery pack on his back to power his animatronic ears and tail, and those tail whips that kept hitting Bill Pullman in the face. Totally unplanned. Pure chaos, pure comedy. 6th, Dot Matrix was 2 performers in 1. Joan Rivers brought the sass, but the physical performance was handled by mime artist Lorene Yarnell. She had to wear a metallic suit in the middle of the desert, because apparently, being funny wasn't hot enough. 7. Dark Helmet's helmet was once an actual docking station. In early drafts, Dark Helmet's outfit was supposed to be a working spaceship helmet. Rick Moranis would dock into charging stations between scenes. The idea crashed, literally, during testing. 8. Desert scenes were cleaned with giant blowers. Filming in the Yuma Desert was no joke. Between takes, crews used industrial blowers to erase footprints in the sand so the desert could look untouched. One guy's whole job was literally sand smoothing. 9. The film shared a soundstage with The Wizard of Oz. Much of the movie was filmed in the same soundstage as The Wizard of Oz. Mel Brooks reportedly imagined Judy Garland skipping through the set while he was directing Yogurt. 10. A typo turned a German joke into Schwartz. The line was meant to be, "May the Schwartz be with you," as a joke about a German friend of Brooks. A production typo changed it to Schwartz, and the rest is history. 11. The actor inside Pizza the Hut got burned, literally. Dom DeLuise agreed to voice Pizza the Hut, but said no way to wearing the costume. Smart move. The guy who did wear it got burned, literally. The melted cheese effect gave him second-degree burns. 12. Elon Musk borrowed ludicrous speed for Tesla. Elon Musk named Tesla's ludicrous mode after the movie Speed Gag. Then he topped it with plaid mode, also from the film. So yeah, your Tesla is technically powered by Schwartz. 13. Bill Pullman never watched Star Wars before filming. He played a Han Solo parody without ever watching Star Wars. Mel Brooks just explained the plot to him and said, "Trust me." Pullman went in blind, but his clueless charm actually made the performance better. It was parody by accident. Years later, Pullman admitted he still hasn't seen it. At this point, he said, "It's funnier not to." 14. The VHS playback scene is actually the real VHS. When Dark Helmet watches a VHS of Spaceballs in Spaceballs, that's the actual home release footage. They filmed the movie within the movie using the movie. Very meta, very dumb, very genius. 15. Mel Brooks wore the pizza costume under a fake name. There's a long-standing rumor that Mel Brooks secretly wore the Pizza the Hut costume under the alias Maurice Salami. No official credits confirm it, and Brooks has neither confirmed nor denied it. So hey, believe what you want. Sounds plausible, right? 16. John Hurt agreed to cameo for one perfect line. John Hurt agreed to parody his chestburster scene from Alien with just one line. Oh no, not again. That line cost more than the diner set. 17. The Dinks are singing an anti-Nazi anthem. The Little Dinks were a Star Wars nod, obviously, but their name was chosen because it sounded dumb and let them sing the Colonel Bogey March. If you listen closely, they're making fun of Hitler. 18. Colonel Sanders couldn't stop laughing. During the doll scene, Moranis kept cracking up under the helmet. George Weiner, who played Colonel Sanders, said he nearly ruined takes because he couldn't stop laughing at Moranis mumbling nonsense.
19. Planet Moron was the original title.
For a few hours in the 2000s, IMDb listed the movie as Planet Moron, Brooks' original working title. A British film called Morons from Outer Space came out first, so Brooks pivoted. 20. Mel Brooks wants a sequel, for real this time. Mel Brooks says he's ready to return as Yogurt in a 2027 sequel. At 98, he's still got it, and reportedly, the Schwartz is still strong with him. 21. George Lucas even helped with the space scenes. Not only did George Lucas give his blessing, but his company Industrial Light and Magic actually did some of the post-production effects for Spaceballs. Brooks had so much respect for Lucas that he basically said, "You spoof it, you polish it."
That's like pranking someone and then asking them to edit the footage for your highlight reel.
22. The Druidia Castle is real and on money. The castle used in the establishing shot of planet Druidia is Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. It's the same fairy tale fortress that inspired Disney's castle. But here's the kicker. It was later featured on a €2 coin. So yes, technically Spaceballs helped put a Star Wars spoof location on currency. Beat that, Naboo. 23. The animated series was so bad it aired at 2 a.m. Remember Spaceballs, the animated series? No? That's probably because most networks buried it in time slots reserved for infomercials and experimental jazz documentaries. It was so weird. One episode parodied American Idol and another had Yogurt time traveling through a donut. Even Brooks kind of pretended it didn't happen.
24. R.L. Stine wrote the novelization.
Yes, the Goosebumps guy. Before R.L. Stine was making millions terrifying kids with haunted masks and evil dummies, he wrote the Spaceballs novel under the name Jovial Bob Stine. It's a surprisingly faithful adaptation, except the Yogurt jokes are slightly toned down, and sadly no Pizza the Hut goo drips off the page. 25. They buried a real billboard behind a wall. In Toronto, an original Spaceballs billboard was discovered in 2018 behind a building that had been remodeled decades ago. The owner just removed a panel one day, and boom, it became a local treasure overnight before someone inevitably covered it up again, probably out of fear of the Schwartz. That's it. 3 of those were total bullshit. Drop your guesses in the comments and subscribe for more weird movie facts you can't trust.